Welcome to Petua's kitchen, Tekwaro. I'm going to be taking you through the steps of preparing our ball, which is the dry green leafy vegetables. Yes, dry green leafy vegetables, sometimes called gobe, product of Uganda, East Africa, normally found in the northern part of Uganda. We also have here our Magadi. Magadi is an alternative to soda bicarbonate, a rocky stuff, and it is crushed down into a powdery, film. Then we have our sea salt. Sea salt, I love using sea salt. It's got that beautiful taste, a better taste. We have here our okra. Normally we call it Otigo Okra to give it that drawing taste and beautiful as well. And then we've got our tomatoes, fresh tomatoes. Yes, this is beautiful from the supermarket, very fresh. Will also be added in, and we have our plate where we will be serving our end result from our cooking. Not forgetting, we've got here our Odii, which is the Seseme Paste. I showed you that already. And then we also have our peanut butter. So I'll be using that.
Is there a difference between the two?
Yes, there is a difference between the two. This is normally a paste that comes from sesame seed. Yes, and it's very rich. It's just those grains. It's also got oil in it. Sometimes it's used as the oil, the sesame seed oil is used to fry up food. And then it's very different, of course, from the peanut butter, which comes from
So people who are allergic to peanut butter, can they use the sesame seed one?
I believe that's a better choice. And please, if you're allergic, try to keep away from the peanut butter. So I try sometimes not to use the peanut butter because some family members are allergic to that. So I really use the
sesame seed.
Yeah. So I'll just come this way.
Yeah.
To finish off, we're going to be using a saucepan with our stick here to make our dough. And this is the Kal Millet Dough. We've got here our millet dough, which comes from millet flour. So I have mixed up the millet millet Kal, 3/4 approximately, and then cassava flour, about 1/4 of the mix. Can I just say this? I have been asked why I don't do measurements. This is Tekwaro. Tekwaro meaning, in the old days, our grandmothers or grandparents, they just had this instinct where they would just know the measurements. They never measured anything. So we are going to be using our pan, putting it on the cooker, and we're going to put our cooker on. Our water has boiled, and then we're just going to pour it in there. Pouring water. Bring it closer, Brenda. For our ball, Okay? So this is our water that's boiling. As our water is boiling, I'll just wash my hands again. Give it a wash. And then we're going to be using our rocky salt Magadi. Just pour in our water, just a bit. You want to come closer? Just gonna give it just a bit, Magadi. Just Magadi. And then I'm going to be putting in our sea salt. Also, just a pinch of sea salt. A little bit. At this point, I'm going to be putting in our ball, but I'm going to be just crushing as it boils. I pour in about 1, 2, and 3. I think that will be enough. Can just put a little bit more. Okay. Washing hands again. That is cooking. And then we're going to be giving it a stir. As you can see, I can smell it, smelling beautiful now. We're going to put in our okra, just a bit of okra. Don't want to put too much. Let it boil first, then you. So this is our ball, and it's got that green color. It boils up, and as it's boiling, you can now add your tomatoes, a bit of tomatoes, fresh tomatoes. I always like it to be quite, enough. Just give it a stir. Beautiful color. Okay, I think we'll just use the whole of it. Beautiful. Okay, don't forget the washing up. If you want to cover it, just half. Don't cover the whole pan, just put it halfway so that you can watch while it boils up, in case it's going to spill over, and then you can just remove the cover, saucepan cover. So yes, give it another stir. I love the smell, beautiful smell. Awaka me Tekwaro, Bo Gobe, East African green leafy vegetables, normally from the northern part of Uganda, Gulu City, where I come from. This is where I learned how to cook bo, right from my grandmother. Beautiful. You can see it now drawing. Yeah. We've also got here our mushrooms, obwol, mushrooms, obwol, and I have sliced the obwol. So I'll just wash my hands and show you how to do it. Wash my hands. This is how you slice the obwol. So it's just that, or you can put it down and just slice, 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 slice. Be careful with your hands, fingers. We don't want any accidents. And then you can just make them a bit tiny. All right, so that is the obwol. This is our mushrooms, obwol. So we are going to be adding this in our... And this is the bowl, which is now boiling, green color, drawing, beautiful. We're going to also add our obwol, which is the mushrooms. Beautiful mushrooms. This doesn't take long to cook. Very, very simple and easy. And then we're going to give it a stir. Beautiful. Careful. Okay, so that's how it's looking. Nearly done, family. This is how it looks. It's boiling now. So this is how we taste for the salt, just to know. So it's just a little tap and then just drop it. Be careful. Just right. Just very right. Make sure you don't burn yourself. Cool a little bit and then just drop. Beautiful. You've not touched anything. And make sure you wash your hands as well, because you just tasted something. Always washing hands. Very important. So, family, Our ball is cooked, ready for our peanut butter. Okay, so we're going to be using our big spoon and scoop some away in this pan. It's drawing, beautiful. Be careful not to spill because we're leaving more of the sauce, okay? As you can you see it drawing? It just kind of like draws. That's the beauty of our Acholi Luo Ugandan dish. So I've taken as much of the vegetables out and I'm just left with rather like the liquid, as you can see. So that I put it back on the pan, and with my Odii, this is where Odii comes in now, okay? So with my Odii, I'm going to be scooping just a little bit. I've reduced my heat just about 2. Okay, my Odii. Okay, tastes really nice. Okay, just taste it. Beautiful. Wash hands. Beautiful. This is grinded from the village. Beautiful. Grinded, not in the machines. And what you do, you use your stick and start to mix. Mix and mix. Can you see now how it looks like?
Yeah.
Go slowly. Pasty, and I can always tell if I need to add a little pasty look. Okay. And while you do that, you can then take your left, the one that you put aside, and you're going to add it inside your, because you didn't want to smash up all the mushrooms and, you know, the okra. You just wanted it right. So everything in there, beautiful. Okay, and then this pretty cool. So that is it. Mix. It's still got that drawing. Beautiful. Looks good. And if you need to add the peanut butter or the Odii, you can, but sometimes you don't need to put too much, just right. I think at this point maybe I'm just gonna add just a little bit, just a little bit. Okay, just a little bit. You can see, just to give it that smoothie
body.
Yeah, exactly. So just do a little bit of the side, don't do the whole place because you're gonna mash up all the, we don't want to mash up all the okra. Okay, and that is our ball. So this is our ball gobe, green dry leafy vegetables from East Africa with okra, fresh tomatoes, the rocky salt, which is the Magadi, Bicarbonate, and tomatoes, fresh tomatoes. Yes, thank you, fresh tomatoes.
Yeah.
And then we use our sesame seed paste to make the gobe. We also have our mushrooms in.
It smells very delicious.
It does, it does. Thank you so much. Welcome, family. Karibo. Bo gobe from East Africa. Green, dry vegetables from East Africa. Tekwaro. Come and enjoy. Karibo, meaning come and enjoy. We are now going to be preparing our Kwon Kal finger millet dough to eat with our ball stew. So we've got our saucepan, which I've already put on the cooker with the heat, boiled our water, and then again, careful, be very careful with this. We're just gonna make not too much Kwon Kal. I think that's enough, as you can see, Brenda.
Yes.
You know, again, I don't measure, but I just know it's just right. If it's 2 people, I know how much water to put in there. That's gonna show like how much dough you're gonna have. Our water is boiling, piping hot. Be careful. We've washed our hands. We're going to be using our stick. That is the mixture, kal powder, and the cassava. Remember, the cassava is very starchy, so you're going to be pouring it in the water. Come closer, Brenda.
It's close, it's close.
Okay, and then just leave it for a little bit. So you can see how it's now cooking, and then just give it a stir. You go around and you leave it for a bit because you want it to really cook. Yeah, as it's cooking, you keep going. And sometimes you may need to add a little bit more water. As you can see, the dough is beginning to form. Okay, and here I can tell that I need a little bit more of the powder. So just a little bit more, because you don't want it to be stick on your fingers. Okay, and then you keep mingling it. Okay, you can see the dough. Okay, you can actually, it's like you're kneading it. That's it. Got to knead it. As you can see, it's bringing in the dough. It's a brown dough, but there's powder in between, so you have to hold it really hard and knead. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So this is it. Very good arm work as you mix up the whole dough. We are now ready to go. Just a little bit of water and then just roll it down. That is how I do my corn. And we're going to be putting it over here. It's supposed to just drop. Then just, that's it. Our Kwon Kal. Karibo. We have made our ball. Beautiful. And we also have our Kwon Kal grains, wheat. This is from northern part of Uganda, East Africa, and we're going to be serving it with the sauce. So normally what we do, we just cut a bit of the kwon, depending on how much someone wants, and then we put it over here. Okay, then this is going to be on the side. This is if I'm serving it to somebody, and then I'm going to be serving that in there. Make sure the mushrooms are in. Beautiful. Okay, that's it. And then I'm going to be putting it over there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is what I have prepared. A simple dish from East Africa, Uganda, especially the northern part of Uganda, Luo, Acholi. I have prepared Boo with Kwon Kal. Come and enjoy. Karibo, meaning come and enjoy. You can also have a little bit of the chili sauce for those who love, but for those who don't like it, just opt out for it. Join me, family. we're going to be testing our end result. So I'll just wash my hands. We normally wash our hands, use our hands, not any spoons or forks, but we use our hands. So I'll be using my hand. I'm going to be sitting down here. Normally we sit down on the floor, but I'm going to be sitting right here. Karibo, meaning welcome. Join me as I taste the Boo and Kwon Kal. I also like my chili oil, and I've got my water just in case it gets too hot. So I will just drop a little bit in there. Be careful how much you drop. That's it, enough. And put it away. And then I normally do my prayers as well. Then I start. So this is the Kwon. We normally get a little bit of it like that. As you can see, it's not sticking, and make kind of like a dent inside. And then you just go. I mix my chili and beautiful. Very nice. I like the smell. We need to chew more. The kal, a little bit of dent, and then our sauce and scoop. And it's very filling as well. You don't really need too much, and you can sip some water. Just kal, dent, and then scoop. Beautiful. Thank you for watching.